Next up on our agenda is to walk through the sprint learnings, and Nisal will present you how to create a component to save contact us form details. Nisal?
Yes, Kanchana. Good afternoon, team. So today I'm going to talk about how to create a component to save contact us form details. So first I'll go through the content of the presentation. I'll start with components. Why do we need components? Creating components in sales, and contact us form and Ajax form that we use for contact us, and how Ajax form works, and sample code of the Ajax form, and also some methods used in there, and the results. So why do we need components? Let's say we have elements in design that are repeating more than once. For example, footer, it can be a feature or anything. So we can create component for these elements. It increases reusability, testability, efficiency, consistency, and maintainability. So this is how we create a component in sales. So after you create a project folder, you can find component and you can edit existing component. We need two files, that is component file and styles, that is SAS file. So you can edit existing component and rename it for your component. So this is the structure of the component. I'll start with the props. Props are custom attributes. You can register on a component. They are passed down to the component from its parent page. And then we have data. Data object in a view component is used to store component state. Any properties defined here will be reactive. That means if the values change, the component will re-render to reflect those changes. Then we have the main section of the component, that is template. In this section, it contains the HTML markup that defines the component's UI. This is where you specify the structure of the component and any dynamic content or bindings. Then we have lifecycle hooks, before mount and mounted. There are special methods provided by Vue that allow you to run code at specific points in the component's lifecycle. So before mount hook is called right before the component is mounted, and mounted hook is called after the component is mounted. Then we have finally methods. This section contains any custom methods you want to define for your component. These methods can be called from within the component's template. This is a sample of contact us form. So you can see fields like first name, last name, email address, and so on. And then we have button. So for this contact us form, we use Ajax form, mainly because it enhances user experience by letting users submit forms without reloading the page. It can perform real-time validation for instant feedback on any errors or missing fields, and it processes form data asynchronously on the server side and send back response to the client. It can update page dynamically with new content based on the server response. Okay, so this is how the contact us form works. So we write the contact us form code in HTML. HTML is controlled by the Vue component, And there are two main methods, handle parser and submitted form. Handle parsing form is responsible for parsing and validating form data before submission. So if all the mandatory fields are filled, it will send data to the action. This action create a new record in database with the provided data, and then it triggers a helper function and send email to the user and also to the admin with the data you entered in the AJAX form. Finally, submitted form is called when the form is successfully submitted. You can see success message in HTML in AJAX form. So here is a sample AJAX form. Here is the action, and if there is an error, we can see the error in here, error message. We can show the error message, and here is the submitted form and handle passing form, two main methods used in AJAX form. And then we have field section. You can have many fields as you want, and we can validate the field. So if the field is empty after pressing if you press a submit button, it will show this error, please submit about to submit, a field about to submit. And if everything goes well, it will show success message like this. And this is the handle passing form. It initializes the form error subject and validates each form field and sets corresponding errors in the form error subject. If there are any form errors, it returns without submitting the form. If validation pass, it returns the form data for submission. And this is the submitted form. So in here, if there are no errors, it sets the saved status to true and clears all the input fields. If there is an error, it sets the cloud error status to true, and we can see that in the AJAX form. So this is the emails sent to user and admin from the action. So you can see the details of the user in this email for admin. And here is the record created by the action in database. And that's all. Thank you for listening.